Mushoku Tensei. I might just get cancelled for this. The show is kind of Isekai. Isekai. If you click on this video, you probably know what an Isekai anime is already. But for some of you guys that don't know, Isekai is when the protagonists get transported into another world. The definition of Isekai is another world. So if you find yourself being intrigued by these kind of anime, by these kind of shows, you have come to a place. I don't know if it's the right place for you, but you definitely have come to a place. As a self-proclaimed isekai connoisseur myself, I've watched thousands and thousands of isekai anime already, and it's not something that I'm proud of. I need to get a life. I need to get a life. So in today's video, I'm gonna make an objectively correct isekai anime tier list. I don't know why I said objectively here. This video is definitely subjective to my own opinion. If you guys disagree, please just let me know in the comments below. Yeah, let's get back to the video. Alright, let's just jump right into the tier list, shall we? Alright, first thing first, we have the Rising of the Shield Hero. If you like the revenge plot or revenge anime type of show, I'd say the first season, definitely give it a watch, but I think it is kind of overhyped a bit. Definitely an A tier. No, B tier. Next off, we have Wise Man's Grandchild. Let's create another tier, shall we? Let's just have, yeah, extremely generic. Yeah, I don't know what to say. The show is extremely generic and basically just another power fantasy kind of trope where the protagonist gets extremely OP for no apparent reason. Alright, next off we have Konosuba. This show is, I think, the only show that have made me laugh out loud, and just for that reason, S tier. Definitely S tier. Konosuba is like, you can tell that the voice actor themselves is having fun too. Just their daily live interaction with each other, just it's so fun to watch. Definitely give it a watch if you like the comedy type of show. S tier. Very good anime. Alright. Isekai Cheat Magician. You know, the name says it all. I don't even have to tell you if it's a good or a bad show, but yes, F tier. I've been killing slime for 300 years and maxed out my level. You know what? The title is kind of absurd, but if you like the cute girls doing cute things anime, it is a good watch. For me, it's definitely a B tier next to the Rising of the Shield Hero. Now, next one. Mushoku Tensei. I might just get cancelled for this. The show is kind of normal, you guys. It's kind of overhyped a lot. For me, at least, they are just... The animation is definitely so good. Like, don't get me wrong here. Credits where credits due. They definitely have character development with this show. Like, he went from a degenerate to a lesser degenerate. I think I might have grown out of the edgy kind of anime, but the fan service kind of trope doesn't do well for me anymore. So definitely still a good watch. A tier. A tier. Alright, next we have Campfire Cooking in Another World. If you like the slice of life, just nothing happens in the show and basically just the characters going through their lives, yeah, definitely give it a watch. It's the same as the I've been killing slime for 300 years and maxed out my level kind of show. So definitely I'll give it an A tier. You know what? C tier, C tier, C tier. It's good, but the campfire aspect of it, after a while, it gets stale. So, yeah, C tier, C tier. All right, next off, we have saving 80,000 golds in Another World for my retirement. You know what? Actually, it's a very good show if you're into like military or into like reverse isekai, not even reverse isekai, but like bringing our technology right now back to the medieval time, seeing that it's kind of like Gate, which we'll talk later in the video. But yeah, definitely a really good show if you like that kind of military and bringing new technology to back into the ancient time. Yeah, what, A tier. It's a good show. Very slice of lifey, campy too. All right, next off we have cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. I'd say I mean, the protagonist is overpowered like the name entails, but he actually has a personality in the show and not like the other character which just have your generic protagonist energy. But still, I'll have this show in D tier. It's good, but it's kind of generic. It's not in the generic tier because the characters actually have personality. So yeah. Next up, we have Kemono Michi. Kemono Michi. Basically a wrestler getting transported into another world, but he loves animal. The Isekai is basically you have those kind of monsters, like beasts as they call it. And he loves animals so much that he doesn't want to kill any of them, even though they are monster or even though they are beasts. Yeah, it's a funny show to watch, definitely. I'd give it B tier next to the slime. Next up, we have Youjo Senki. Youjo Senki. I just love military stuff, as you can tell. So definitely watch it if you like those military shows. But it's definitely a very acquired taste kind of show. Or if you like the World War time about the history and stuff. I'm not saying that this show is like the replica of what we experienced here, but as a fantasy World War kind of show, definitely give it a watch if you like the military stuff. For me, it's definitely A tier. A tier for me. I love it. Alright, next off we have My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes leads to Doom. I think it's a shoujo kind of show. So if you like the, just very bubbly and a little bit dramatic sometimes, I'd say it's a pretty decent watch. I'd give it a C tier for me. No, you know what? Thinking back, yeah, they do have a good, very decent plot and a good story too. So I guess B tier. Gate, absolutely an S tier for me. Gate. Oh my god, like I have so much fun watching it. Like just seeing the medieval army get obliterated by our technology right now, by our like guns and stuff right now. It's just so satisfying to watch. I don't know if I'm being psychotic here or being a psychopath, but yeah, definitely it's such a fun show to watch. An S tier for me if you like that kind of show. All right, next off we have By the Grace of God. Oh, I'd say this belongs to extremely generic. I don't know what to say. It's just another campy slice of life show. You know, he has power and doing good deeds and stuff. Yeah, extremely generic. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I love watching this show. Like just seeing the civilization building aspect of this is just so fun for me. I actually like the civilization building aspect of it more than the combat scenes. I'd give it definitely on my list. I would give it an S tier for sure, but I know that this show is not for everyone, especially if you don't like the politic kind of shows. But yeah, definitely an S tier. ReZero. Oh my god, let's see. It started off as a very generic kind of like comedy show, but it took a really dark turn. Just for that, I'll say it's definitely an A tier for having out of the box thinking show. It's a good watch. The vending machine. Reborn as a vending machine. I don't know. I watched it. It's not finished yet as of this recording, but definitely a very weird show. Like the first episode, like I don't even know what to tell you here. It is what it sounds like. The dude got reincarnated as a vending machine, and that's it. That is his whole story. C tier. Sorry, C tier. Overlord. Oh my god. how do I even start? I'd say, all right, might be a little bit controversial here, but I think it's good. Don't get me wrong here, it's definitely good, but he's too OP, man. He's like One Punch Man, but instead of punching people, he casts spell upon people. Yeah, I mean, at least One Punch Man has like some comedic aspect to it. Overlord, he's just OP. That's it. That's his whole thing. So definitely a B tier. There we go. I said it. Overlord is B tier. Yeah, you can leave comments down below and tell me how wrong I am and stuff, but yeah, definitely a B tier on my list. All right, next off we have, didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? It belongs ish. Well, this is the kind of show that the main character is just OP, and the show is just basically cute girls doing cute things, but the girl is just very OP, extremely OP. So I'd say C tier, next to the vending machine. All right, next up we have the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Oh my god, I would say this is definitely a very underrated show in this season, at least. Like, the protagonist is OP, but the thing about him is like he's not using their normal ability, like normal magics or normal spells there. He was born without the ability to use the generic magical power, but instead he used his previous life knowledge. In this show, they call it exorcist power. Basically, it is still a very generic kind of show, but I like the power fantasy aspect of the show. Is extremely well written. Myself, I would give it definitely an A tier, a very underrated show this season. You guys should definitely give it a watch, or tell me in the comments below if I should make like the whole video about this show. But yeah, definitely give it a watch, give it a try. All right, next off we have Sweet Reincarnation. Basically, the dude is a pastry chef in his previous life, and he got reincarnated into being another pastry chef. He's trying to become another pastry chef. I'll give it, it's not an F tier, it's just generic, but it's not extremely generic. Well, yeah, I would just put it in D tier. Alright, next off we have The Eighth Son. Are you kidding me? Well, it's a politics show, and I don't know how to say this, but yeah, I like shows where the political aspect is done well and good, but in this show, I was just F tier for me. I'm sorry. F tier. Alright, next up we have High School Prodigies Have It Easy in Another World. Another political isekai anime, but it's actually being done well here. Not to the point of like Gate or the Slime anime, but definitely a B tier. Ooh, so I'm a spider, so what? Yeah, that's the title. It's not a grammar mistake. That is literally the title. There are two so's in there. I have fun watching this. And definitely an A tier for me. Basically, the whole class got transferred, and somehow she has become a spider instead of just a normal person, and she tried to survive the dungeon where she got reincarnated at, and it's a fun character development or character building kind of show. Yeah, definitely a good and fun show to watch. All right, next up we have Demon Lord Retry. How do I say about this show? On one hand, it's extremely generic, but D tier. It's not like so bad that like you shouldn't watch it, but if you like the power fantasy, like overly OP kind of character isekai anime show, it's not my thing. It might be yours, but yeah, give it a watch if you like those kind of overly powered protagonists. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Basically another slice of life show. It's not overly overpowered character. It's good, but like it lacks something. It lacks a plot. I mean, it does have a plot, but like, you know, it's just basically a slice of life show that is kind of done well. But is it fun to watch? Not for me. But still, you guys should definitely try it. Give it like 3 episodes and see how you feel. And yeah, a C tier for me. A C tier, definitely. Alright, next off we have Drugstore in Another World. Basically, the dude opened a drugstore in another world. That is the premise of the show. I guess extremely generic. I'm sorry, but I watched it and literally the day after I forget everything about it. So yeah. Alright, next up we have why Raeliana ended up in the Duke's mansion. It is like the shoujo type of anime. It's really fun to watch. It's very plot heavy. If you like the dramas kind of show, the plot heavy shoujo anime shows, definitely give it a watch. For me, it's in the B tier next to the My Next Life as a Villainess anime. Yeah, it's kind of in the same genre as that. Definitely a B tier. All right, next off we have in Another World with My Smartphone. Extremely generic. I don't know what to say. It's literally the dude has his smartphone is overpowered as fuck. Alright, next off we have How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, another generic powered fantasy kind of show. Extremely generic. I'm sorry, but like most of the isekai anime is extremely generic. After you watch one isekai anime, basically the others are the same thing. Next up, we have Kamikatsu, working for a god in a godless world. You know what? Actually, I really like this show. It's different. The main character doesn't have any like useful power at all, but he has this god who has been always looked after him even in his previous life, and she has the power, but the thing about her is like her power is basically useless if she doesn't have any worshippers. The more she's being worshipped, the more powerful she gets. And this dude has the power to, well, I mean not the power, but like he has the ability to manipulate people, and basically he's a psychopath. I know what's the best way to explain this thing, but yeah, basically he's a psychopath that manipulate people into worshipping his god. Basically a cult. Oh yeah, a cult anime. Yep, basically this anime is about a cult. Oh yeah, B tier, B tier. What? No. Yep, yeah. No, C tier, C tier, C tier. And there's a lot more isekai anime that I haven't talked about in this video. I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, so definitely let me know in the comment section if I should make another tier list like this. Not just specifically isekai anime, but other genre and other things too. Yeah, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. And also join my Discord, join the community. Yeah, that's the whole video. Bye. See ya.